Thank you very much, Bishop. Moving away from the discussion, grace versus law, I know you are someone who is a clergy but has a statesman as well, because you are very much involved in national issues and issues concerning Ghana. Please, what is your take on the security issues in the nation, the reference to the by-election that went on, the Ayawaso West Wagon issues, and then even the current one, just what up at the opposition parties' headquarters with the shooting and all that. Please, what's your take on that? You being a media person as well, and someone who has the nation at heart. Even with some of the very revealing and interesting feedbacks we are getting from the commission that has been set, and very interesting answers from our security couples, or those who are supposed to be at the helm of affairs of our security of the nation. What's your take on that, sir?
I think that everything happens for a purpose, and personally, I'm very happy with all that took place. Let me sympathize. I was, as much as I sympathize with the people that were shot, I think something bigger has come out. Some of us have been speaking about this political party groups that are described as vigilantes, and in my opinion, these are criminals who are looking for a place to hide, and they saw politics as a refuge. And if we don't define them the way they are, and we allow people to color them with nice description, these things are not going to stop. These guys are just like terrorists who are sent out to terrorize people who have opposing political views. What happened in Ayawaso West Wagon is something that, as much as it's regrettable, some of us were not really surprised, because we knew that these things were going to happen if we don't put a stop to our hypocritical approach to issues. These political party groupings, these criminals who group themselves and give themselves funny names in political parties, they've been there for a while. I mean, if you look at these invisible forces who were part of this violence in the Ayawaso West Wagon incident, they've been there for years, and when they were in opposition, they were causing similar problems. So now that they come into government, and if the state is not going to do anything, it empowers them. The police have also shown reluctance in dealing with it, because in Ghana, politics seem to have more power than even the police. And this is what has resulted in what they have. Look, what happened in NDC headquarters, it's just a small bit of what we are going to experience in the future. Right now, I believe that all we need to do is to pray, because I don't think that the leadership of this country and the elders of Ghana are really serious about dealing with issues that affect the destiny, the future, and the well-being of the people. They are only interested in themselves. We don't have elders are not speaking, leaders are not speaking, people are not doing the things that they're supposed to do. How do you describe what happened? What happened in Kumasi is a criminal issue. This is a terrorist act. If you have it, we should not make it political. It's not political. This is a criminal issue. It's a terrorist act, and it must be condemned, and the police must do everything in their power to make sure that the people are arrested. And the political parties must stay out and stop justifying it in any way. This is a criminal issue, and it must be dealt with. But we, the people who believes that these things are not good for the country, we must speak out. Pastors must speak out. Chiefs must speak out. Elders must speak out. This is what we are lacking right now in Ghana. We lack honest, sincere voice of conscience in Ghana. Our elders doesn't seem to be honest in the way they present issues, and so the future is bleak unless people start acting in an honest manner. These things are not going to stop.
Okay, Bishop, my last question. You are one person who is very vocal as a clergy. Please, what's your take on this, and what is your advice or your position on this? What should the clergy do? Because you are one person who believes that the clergy must be involved in national issues. Please, what is your take on that? Because when these issues happen, sometimes regrettably, the clergy is the last voice to be heard on issues like this. Please, what's your take on that? Finally,
unfortunately, I don't think the clergy in Ghana can really do much because we have become very much compromised for various reasons. So I don't really have serious hope that the clergy in Ghana can do anything special to turn the fortunes around. Right now, we can only look up to God. I mean, if you look at the commission, you can see the mess that the country finds itself when it comes to security. It doesn't look like we even have security network in Ghana. This is the worst I've ever seen in the history of this nation. Look at what is happening there. You understand? And so the clergy there, I personally don't think that the clergy can do anything because most of the senior clergy we look up to, they've been compromised one way or the other. So when they talk, Ghanaians will not listen. So we just have to believe God, that God will raise up voices of conscience, that when they speak, the people will listen. But as for the clergy, the people in Ghana must pray and ask God to bring them leaders that can really care for them. But as for the clergy, I think they're a compromised organization in Ghana, and I don't think there's much they can do.
Thank you very much, Bishop. God bless you for all the good do for God and the country as well. God bless you, sir. That was Bishop Prince Benny Wood, lead pastor of Leadership Chapel International, and also a media person who often has a program on Asempa 94.7 and also Joy News as well at times. This was proudly brought to you by GhanaSayOnline.com. News as it is.